What if one man, without weapons or armies, could defeat the strongest empire in the world? That man was Mahatma Gandhi. From a shy boy to the father of a nation, his life proves that truth and non-violence are more powerful than violence and fear. Watch till the end, because this is not just history, this is a lesson for life. This is the inspiring life story of Mahatma Gandhi, the soul of a nation, the life of Mahatma Gandhi. Introduction. In the grand tapestry of human history, rare are the threads woven by souls so luminous they illuminate the world entire. One such soul, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, beloved as Bapu, the father of the nation. He wore no crown. He commanded no armies. He wielded no sword. Yet, with unyielding truth, boundless courage, and the quiet thunder of non-violence, he toppled the mightiest empire the world had ever known, the British Raj. This is no Mere Tale. This is the fire that forged a free India. The epic of a man who proved, one heart armed with conviction can shatter chains of steel. Chapter 1, Birth and Early Life. Picture a sleepy coastal haven in Gujarat, India, Porbandar, kissed by the Arabian Sea. It is October 2, 1869. Into this world steps little Mohandas, son of Karamchand Gandhi, the wise Diwan, chief minister of the realm. His mother, Putlibai, a beacon of devotion, fasts through storms of faith, her prayers a shield against the tempests of life. From her tender embrace, young Mohandas drinks deep. Honesty, the unyielding spine of the soul. Discipline, the quiet forge of character. Self-control, the bridle on fleeting desires. And above all, respect for every faith, for in her eyes, all paths lead to the divine. A shy boy, Mohandas whispers more than he speaks. His grades flicker like candlelight, average, unremarkable. Public words. They tangle on his tongue, stealing his breath. But oh, that spark. Truthfulness, a flame he guards fiercely. For him, the lie is poison, the truth, even bitter, the sweetest nectar. Chapter 2, Education and Marriage. At just 13 summers old, custom binds him in marriage to Kasturba, a union of innocence, shadowed by the irrepressible right of child brides. Years later, his voice would rise like a clarion. This is no blessing, it's a blight on our youth. He would champion the end of such shadows. School days drag like monsoon rains, struggles in the classroom, doubts clouding his mind. Yet, his family's faith endures. In 1888, at 18, Mohandas sets sail for England's Mishti shores. Law beckons. Adventure whispers. Little does he know, this voyage will birth a legend. Chapter 3, Gandhi in England, the making of a thinker. The hallowed halls of Inner Temple welcome him. Law books pile high, but so do temptations. Tailored suits, waltzing lessons, the siren call of the elite. He tries, oh, how he tries to mirror the English rose. But the mask chafes. The soul rebels. Why feign what I am not? He wonders. And so, he sheds the facade. In quiet hours, sacred texts unfold like lotus blooms. The Bhagavad Gita, whispers of duty and the eternal soul. The Bible, parables of love conquering hate. The Quran, verses of justice and mercy. Tolstoy's raw pleas for simplicity. Thoreau's wild call to civil disobedience. From these wellsprings rise his eternal truths. Ahimsa, non-violence, the sword that heals. Satya, truth, the light that pierces any dark. Simple living, bare feet on earth's honest soil. A vegetarian crusader now, he champions the plate as pulpit. What we eat echoes in our deeds. In 1891, Barrister Gandhi returns to India transformed. A thinker, a seeker, ready, or so he believes. Chapter 4, Failure in India or Turning Point in South Africa. Home soil greets him with thorns. Quotes echo his nerves, arguments flee like startled birds. Clients, scarce as rain in drought. Failure's bitter taste lingers. Then, 1893, a lifeline across the seas. South Africa calls, a legal post for an Indian firm. But paradise? No. Prejudice strikes like lightning. One fateful night in Pietermaritzburg, first-class ticket in hand, yet hurled from the train like refuse. Indian. They sneer. The platform cold, the heart aflame. Rage surges, then stills. No fists. No fury. Only resolve, I shall not bow. For 21 years, he battles the beast of bigotry. For Indian rights, he marches, petitions, defies. And there, in the crucible of injustice, Satyagraha is born, truth force the gentle gully that topples tyrants. Chapter 5, Return to India or Entry into Freedom Struggle. 1915, the prodigal returns not as a stranger, but a sage. India groans under the empire's boot, famines gnaw, taxes crush, castes divide like poisoned rivers. Gandhi listens, truly listens. From Champaran's indigo fields to Kheda's starving hamlets, he walks the wounds of his people. His first strikes ignite the spark. The Champaran Satyagraha, farmers freed from exploiters' chains. Kheda's cry against tax tyranny. Ahmedabad's mills, workers rising as one. No longer the elite's echo. He is the people's pulse. The whisperer of winds of change. Chapter 6, NONCOOPERATION, or Civil Disobedience. 1920, the clarion sounds. Non-cooperation, a thunderclap of defiance. Cast off their cloth, shun their schools, forsake their thrones. Gandhi thunders. Khadi spins on charkhas nationwide, a fabric of rebellion, woven by free hands. Millions heed. Hindus, Muslims, united in the weave. Then, 1930, the Salt March, 240 miles of dust and determination. From Sabarmati to Dandi's shores. He stoops, he scoops. Sea salt in palm, a law shattered like glass. The empire quakes, jails overflow. But Gandhi, his smile, unbreakable. Peace, his unyielding shield. Chapter 7, Quit India Movement or Final Struggle. Visual, tense war rooms, mass arrests. Fiery speeches intercut with partition riots, heart-wrenching chaos. 1942, the hour of reckoning. Quit India. Gandhi's voice cracks like thunder. Do or die. The Raj lashes back, leaders caged, streets aflame with the people's roar. Through blood and betrayal, dawn breaks, August 15, 1947. Freedom's flag unfurls. But joy fractures. Partition's blade carves India and Pakistan, rivers of blood, pyres of hate. Gandhi weeps for his shattered dream. Fasts for unity. Prays amid the ashes. Chapter 8, Death of Mahatma Gandhi. January 30, 1948. Delhi's evening hush. A prayer gathering. Naturam Godse's shadow falls. Bullets pierce the frail frame. Gandhi crumples, lips forming a final breath. Hey Ram. The world halts. Tears flood oceans. Einstein, that titan of thought, mourns. Generations unborn will scarce believe that such a man, flesh and blood, walked this earth. Chapter 9, Gandhi's Ideology or Legacy. In Gandhi's Gospel, non-violence, not cowardice, but the lion's roar in whispers. Truth, the North Star through moral night. Simple living, high thinking, riches in the heart, not the hoard. Freedom, a hollow shell without the soul of ethics. His echo resounds, Martin Luther King's dream marches. Nelson Mandela's long walk to liberty. 1,000 movements blooming worldwide like seeds from one unyielding tree. Conclusion. Gandhi was no god carved in marble. He stumbled, he doubted, he was human as you, as I. Yet in his honesty, his fearlessness, his boundless compassion, he sought. He etched eternity, one soul ablaze with truth and ahimsa can rewrite the stars. Bend history's arc toward justice. Gandhi's life, not dust in books, a mirror, a call to you. Dare to live it. Mahatma Gandhi showed the world that real strength lies in truth, patience, and non-violence. He proved that even the most powerful empire can fall before moral courage. His life was not about power, it was about purpose. So if you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories.